Yep.
All right, welcome back to the channel, guys, and today I'm going to be showing you how to replace your RV toilet. In my case, it's going to be quite simple, only because I'm doing the exact replacement of what I have in our RV, and it's the Aqua Magic V by Thetford. The only thing you're going to need other than the toilet is you're going to need one of these flange seals, and so make sure you have this before you start the project. Also, you might want to consider dumping your tanks, flushing them out, sanitizing them, and getting ready to do this job. I've already done it on mine, so in order to get started, I'm going to have my gloves, a 13mm, my flange seal, and I'm going to have a couple towels ready to go for my supply. Also, I want to just bring to your attention, if you're one of them that's going to go ahead and upgrade your toilet, which I thought about doing, do make sure, as far as the area it's going in, make sure the dimensions, the unit's going to fit there. And also, one more thing you got to be aware of is my water valve is actually at the top part of my toilet. If I thought about changing this out maybe to a porcelain, maybe upgrading, and if I were to do that, I would have to do replumbing to the PEX water line, because it's not going to bend all the way down to the bottom. Some of these toilets, the water inlet is at the bottom, so you're going to have to replumb. I've also seen people put an on and off valve in line with the PEX, which is a good idea. I'm not going to show you how to do that today. I'm just doing a simple toilet swap out. So if you have any questions, guys, leave them down in the comments. Till then, let's get started. All right, so we opened this up, and I wanted to show you guys a couple things real quick. This toilet comes with some of the blue stuff, and of course the instructions. And secondly, the reason why I wanted to open this now, it's easier for me to show you where this water valve is. One good thing about having this plastic one is it's very light. Okay, you get a porcelain one, it's going to be heavy. I tend to like the porcelain ones, but like I said, I'm just doing a direct replacement. And as you can see right there is my water inlet. Some of them are down here, but mine's up here. And by the way, this is where normally you get your leaks at, from this little culprit right here. You could probably just replace this if you're having a leak problem that's coming from behind the toilet. It's normally this. Fairly easy to replace. Maybe I'll take my old one out and show you in up and coming videos on how to replace that if I choose to repair my older one. But I went with the new one. It's not that much more money, just it's probably the original toilet, so I just figure I'll replace it. So anyway, let's get started. We'll take the old one out. All right, so I'm going to start. There's going to be two nuts, one on this side of the toilet and one on this side of the toilet. And of course, my inlet line, like I told you before. So like I said before, my inlet, I'm going to show you in the mirror if you could see that. If you could see it in my mirror there, it's right there. And basically them are hand tight. You shouldn't need any tools to unscrew that. Just have your towel ready. One other thing I want to mention to you guys is make sure all water connections are shut off. If you're hooked on to water, make sure you're not. Make sure your water pump's turned off, because the minute you unscrew this, you're going to have a flood in here. So make sure your water valves are turned off, or your water pump. Right, so we're going to take this cap off. Them normally twist, or you could pull them off. Take our 13mm. Just loosen these up. Fairly simple. Okay, that side's loose. Let's go to the other side. So you do the same thing on the other side. And once you get it loosened up, then you want to go ahead and take off your water supply. All right, so let me go to the back here. Right. Let's see if I can get this water supply off. Okay, hopefully that's getting it. Have your towel ready. Okay, I put my towel back there and it's coming off. All right, so basically another tip for you guys is make sure the exhaust fan is off in your bathroom. Just due to smell or anything like that, you don't want that being sucked back out of the black tank and in your face. So you got to keep the smell to a minimum if you're doing this with something in there. Mine is clean. I flushed mine out and sanitized it. So if you have no choice and you have to do it, just make sure your fan's off. All right, we're gonna finish taking the nuts off. Okay, that's it. Both sides are off and it's ready to be lifted out. And that's it, guys. All right, as you can see, it's a little bit dirty underneath that toilet, so I'm going to go ahead and clean all this up. And I also want you to see right here where this is still dripping a little bit, and that's why you want a towel ready to go where it's coming out of the supply. And this gives you a better look also, as because my water valve is at the top of my toilet, how that would be if you had one at the bottom. So you would have to re-plumb that, which I would probably use shark bite connections. Makes it real easy on the PEX water line, and I've used them before, really good. So, and it makes it easy. So I would probably just use shark bite and re-plumb this if I was going to do a toilet upgrade. Also, I want to show you right here where the gasket stuck to this, so make sure you take this off because you got a new one. And we will throw this in the bag and clean her up here. I'm not being sponsored by Clorox wipes, but I do like them. Also, I didn't open it all the way up, so I don't know if ours comes with new studs or not. I'll have to look at that when I get the new one. So let me get to the new toilet. Okay, through further inspection, I went ahead and took all the plastic off the toilet, but at the bottom of the box, it came with the new studs, a brand new flange, which is the seal you need, and 2 new caps that go over the nuts. So you got pretty much all the hardware you need and the seal you need. So just buy the toilet, and it also comes with the blue stuff, which is cool. So before we go and put this down, I'm going to go ahead and put the flange on. And you want to go ahead and put it on the toilet first. And if you could tell, if you could see that, where this comes out a little bit right here, and this side's flat. Okay, you want this facing the black tank. So I'm going to put this up in the up position. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the toilet. And that's it. It's ready to go. We're going to go inside now and put these brand spanking new threads in, and then we can just drop the toilet right down, bolt it down, put the water supply on, and that's it. We're finished. So let's go and do that. So we're going to take the old hardware out and just throw it away. There we go. Put the new in. All right. And we're ready to set the toilet right back where it was. All right, so I'm just going to take this out just to make it easier. Line the bolts up just like so. Make sure the other side's lined up. Yep, that's it. And that's it. Let's go ahead and put the nut on. As you can see, it's not touching the ground. Once you start tightening this down, go one side to the other side, get it flush, and then give it a little bit more until this is squished flush. And then the seal, the gasket in there would be compressed to where it needs to be. But this needs to be flush. See, I can get my fingers under there. This needs to be flush to your floor. Do not over tighten though. You don't want to break anything. You don't want to break the flange underneath. You just want to basically snug it up to where it's not going to be moving around. So as you can see, I put the new hardware on, I put the nuts on, but I'm not going to tighten it all the way down. And remember, it's got to be flush to the floor. You're going to have a little bit of a gap here until that flange compresses. But I want to just tell you, before you tighten this down, you want to go ahead and put your supply line on if it's at the top when it's really hard to get to. Because the last thing you need to do is cross thread that. It's very easy to do. So you're better off trying to put your water line on first. once that's on, and then go ahead and tighten down your nuts. So let's get to that now. Okay. All right, so we're going to tighten this down one side at a time. You know, snug it up and go to the other side, snug that up, go to the other side. Just keep going back and forth until you can press that flange down to where it's solid on the ground. Let's go to the other side. You don't need to over tighten it and break something like the flange underneath, the actual toilet. That should be good. It's solid, it's flush. Check this other side. Yep, we're good there. Put our caps on. It's on one. Go to the other side. Two. Okay. So now we're going to check for leaks. There. Okay, I'm going to go turn the pump on. And you're going to know it if you got a leak fairly quick once you turn the pump on. Okay, doesn't sound like the pump's running. We kicked it on, it got pressure, and it doesn't look like we got any leaks over there, right?
Right.
Okay, still a little damp down there. I'll wipe that down from it leaking from before. And let's check the toilet now. All right, looks like it's holding water. Let's flush it. Fill it up again. Make sure there's no leaks underneath the toilet once we do this one more time. Seems to be working pretty good. Okay, holding water. Let's go ahead and check it underneath here when I flush it. Looks pretty good. Behind there, all right?
Yep.
All right. Now, normally, just to let you know, if you're hearing that pump running, like it kicks on every so often, it's more than likely you got a little leak going on somewhere in the RV. So you got to pay close attention to that. Other than that, that's going to do it for the RV toilet replacement. All right, here's a bonus for you today. I'm going to go ahead and change this screen door latch. They normally break right there or crack. So this is a simple fix, so I figured I'd add it to this. So let's get started. All right. All right, as you can see, guys, that's a little crooked. They do have a little bit of leeway here for adjustment. So we're going to loosen this one up real quick. Push this in. Level it up a little bit. That ought to do it. All right, so this kit comes with everything you need. It comes with all the hardware and the screws. Now, we didn't need to use the striker. The other two pieces here, ours are fine. I just had to replace where this was all cracked and busted. So I figured I'd keep these for a backup if I need them. It's up to you if you want to replace them, but it does come with all the screws that you need to do it. and it's fairly inexpensive. Guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Just remember, when you're doing that fitting in the back, make sure that you're not cross threading it. Them are very easy. The plastic threads are very easy to cross thread. You just want to take it slow, nice and easy. For the water inlet, just make sure it's going on straight in order, and then tighten everything down, check for leaks, and that ought to do it. So I hope this video helps you guys, and there's going to be more RV stuff coming up soon because I got some plans for this RV. So stick around, guys. Thanks again. Bye.